ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಪ್ರಾದೇಶಿಕ ಕಚೇರಿ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವೀನ್ಯತೆ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಪರಿಣಿತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ನಾಗರಭಾವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸಂವಹನ ಮತ್ತು ಈಶಾನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾದೇಶಿಕ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರಾದಿತ್ಯ ಎಂ ಸಿಂಧ್ಯಾ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಜೀವನೋಪಾಯ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶರಣಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದರು. ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರಾದಿತ್ಯ ಎಂ ಸಿಂಧ್ಯಾ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಿ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಉಜ್ವಲ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನ ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಇಂದಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರವನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿ ನವ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿ ಭಾರತದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಗುರುಪೂರ್ಣಿಮೆ ದಿನ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವುದು ನನಗೆ ಸಂತಸ ತಂದಿದೆ ಎಂದು ತಿಳಿಸಿದರು. ಹಾಗೂ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶರಣಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಿ, ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ನವ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಈ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಲಿದೆ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಹಾಗೂ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಿ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಇದು ಹೊಸ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಹಲವು ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಆರಂಭಿಸಬಹುದು ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೂ ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗಲಿದೆ ಎಂದು ತಿಳಿಸಿದರು.
Minister of Communications and Minister of Development of Northeastern Region, Government of India, Shri Jyotiraditya M. Sindhya ji. Guest of honor for today's program, Honorable Minister for Medical Education and Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Livelihood, Government of Karnataka, Dr. Sharan Prakash Rudrappa Patil ji. Honorable members of the Executive Council and Academic Senate of VTU, Dean Faculty of Engineering at VTU, Honorable Ministers of the Government of Karnataka, Honorable Members of the Parliament, Honorable Members of the Rajya Sabha and Honorable Members of the Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council, other distinguished guests, officers from Government of Karnataka, members of the college management and principal. Industry heads are our part of our curriculum committee and we are bringing a new committee. And at this juncture, I want to say that in the last 2 years, the admissions to the Karnataka engineering colleges are more. When it was during 2022, it was only 88. Now it has crossed 106,000. Colleges are being newly opened. When in other states, when the colleges are being closed and zero admissions in some of the colleges. But in Karnataka, it is not so because of the changes what we have brought with respect to the curriculum and with respect to the announcement of results and transparency in the administration. Sir, we also recognize well nationally. Let me present a few of our national achievements. Outstanding Tech Visionary VC Award, Economics Times Tech Education Summit 2025, Outstanding Tech Driven Engineering University Award, Excellence in NEP Implementation, Excellence in Digital Library Services, Vocation and Skill Development Excellence, Sustainability and Green Campus Excellence, Excellence in Online and Distance Learning, Outstanding Business and Management Institution, Excellence in Tech Driven Industry Academia Partnership, the Best University National Award from IIT Bombay. The award program will be on 17 July 2025. To further reinforce and deliver, we have created one of Asia's largest hub and spoke model of shared excellence. Sir, we will now operate through our hub and spoke model of excellence, VTU VRA of TCOE, which will serve as the shared innovation nucleus with our 218 affiliated colleges acting as a spokes, diffusing knowledge, research and opportunities across the country. This model, as you know, sir, reduces duplication of capex intensive labs, increases efficiency and access to frontier technologies like 5G, 6G, quantum cyber security, lowers the cost per innovation for the country, brings real skill building and last mile. And Honorable Minister, sir, I'll cut short my speech for a few pages. Honorable Minister, I promise to add even more critical infrastructure and support to this cause. We seek your full support in national level projects and deep tech infrastructure at scale. Sir, we are committed to one mantra, products, products, products. We will drive India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, future through innovation and execution with your support. And with your backing of policy, funding and flagship projects, This magnificent engine will run full speed. VTU is ready to be your trusted implementation partner with 218 institutions, lakhs of students and faculty, and a unified mission. We will turn India's technological dream into realities. We pledge our full commitment to your ministry's vision and to the making of a technological sun in self-reliant India. I thank you and I thank you again. Thank you all. Thank you, Honorable. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Seated on the dais with me, the Cabinet Minister for Skill Development, Medical Education, Dr. Sharan Prakash Patil Sahib, our Vice Chancellor and someone who has led from the front, Professor Vidya Shankar S., the faculty at Vishveshwaraya Technology University, professors, academicians, ladies and gentlemen representing industry here today, and most importantly, our young students, the future of Bharat, who are conditioning and finessing their capabilities in this historical institution, and friends from the media. What better day to inaugurate a telecom center of excellence than the day of Guru Purnima. India, in her age-long history, going back thousands of years, has always inculcated in herself the capability of transfer of knowledge, transfer of technology from one generation to the next. And today, when we lit the lamp of knowledge, the lamp that brings light, that dissipates an environment of darkness. For many of us, including myself, that light, that knowledge, not only in terms of expanding our minds, not only in terms of deepening our minds, in an osmotic sense, but also the installation of our mulya, our siddhant, our value system, our morality. That credit today goes to all our gurus that have emblazoned the path before us. So today on Guru Purnima Day, I bow my head to not only my gurus in my life. And mind you, many of us forget about the lasting impact that teachers have played in our lives. When we look back to our formative years, your teachers are your parents away from your home. Because as much time as you spend in your home, probably as much, or if you cut out your sleeping hours, you have spent more time in the company and in the environment of your gurus. And therefore, intangibly, the impact that they leave in your lives. I, for one, can recall many of my gurus that have left a tremendous impact on my life. Through KG, to secondary school, to Harvard, to the days that I worked as an investment banker, to my time at Stanford Business School, and also in the political realm. Your guru is not only your teacher who imparts learning to you in an academic environment. Your guru is any individual in your life who has impacted you in a positive manner. And therefore, to all of my gurus and to all of the gurus seated in this auditorium, I do a namaskara and bow my head in obedience to all of you. I have always believed in my life, Professor Vidya Shankar ji, that apart from God above, there are three gods, or as in Hindi we say Data, on our earth. The first is the Jnana Data, or the doctor that gives you birth. The second is the Jnana Data, or the teacher that imparts Ma Saraswati's learning to you. And the third is the Annadata, the farmer that grows the bountiful harvest that can feed generations to come. And therefore this day is a poignant day. It is a day of remembrance. It is a day of tribute. And it is a day of giving thanks. And therefore I chose this day for this function at weekend. So inasmuch as we are inaugurating a center of excellence, more than that, on this day we are paying our tribute and our thanks to all the gurus across the length and breadth of our country that have given their life in the service of the nation for the next generations to lead this country. Today is a day, ladies and gentlemen, when we are not only inaugurating a telecom center of excellence, we are opening the doors for this institute, for this state, and for the country. And if I dare say, for the world, to a new, shimmering, bright future. And what better than to do that at the Visvesvaraya Technology University, a university that has been founded in the name of the greatest guru, Bharat Ratna Sir Visvesvaraya ji. And many of you will be surprised. He has a very, very strong connection with my family and with Gwalior. Now, all of you have clapped, but you have no idea what the connection is. And that's not a very guru thing to do. Sir Visvesvaraya ji was from an engineering standpoint, in coming up with the indigenous technology of putting in place automatic sluice gates for dams. And the first dam where his technology was implemented was the dam in Khadakwasla in Pune in 1903. My great-grandfather, Madhav Maharaj I, the builder of modern Gwalior, was always on the lookout for new technology, new industry, new opportunities to be brought to Gwalior. And in those days, I'm talking about 122 years ago, when he saw that this great engineer from South India had brought this technology for Pune, the seat of the Maratha Empire, he immediately requisitioned him. And the same technology was used for one of the largest dams built by Madhav Maharaj in Gwalior state called the Tigra Bandh in Gwalior, which used the pioneering technology of Sir Visvesara, the automatic sluice gates. So there's a technological underpinning between my DNA and the DNA of this institute. Which is why when I offered flowers, I not only bowed in obeisance but also touched his feet, the beautiful statue that you have of him at the entrance of this institute. He was a man who was way ahead of his times. He saw the capability within our country in those days to build a country built on engineering excellence. He was not only an engineering marvel himself, but he was a person with great foresight, great capability for our country. And today the fact that we have an institute named after him speaks volumes of the capability of this institute. And I do hope in the days to come, this institute brings about many more engineers of the capability of Sir Visvesara to be able to serve our country and to be able to serve the world. As much as I can talk about our institution, it will never be enough. Affiliations with 200 institutions, 4 lakh students. You are not a university alone. You are a mini city of engineers in your own right. And therefore, I believe that this university truly embodies the concept of India's workshop for the future. And that capability I was able to see when I walked around. The concentration that you have on 5G, on 6G, the concentration that you have on quantum communications, AI, AR, VR, across multiple technologies. And that's why the Department of Telecommunications, when we were looking at institutes to set up this TCOE, we found a beautiful union between the city of Bengaluru and our very own institution. The city of Bengaluru is not our version of Silicon Valley. In the next decade, we will be able to say that the Silicon Valley is a version of Bengaluru. That is the capability that India has today. It is a city where code is written over a cup of coffee. Truly. Entrepreneurs set up startups. With tremendous finesse and capability. It's a city where probably satellites are launched before traffic signals. And you have many of them. And it is a city that has tremendous portents for the future. And therefore, what better place than Bengaluru, what better place than VT? I firmly believe that this telecom center of excellence is an extension of the way government works under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In his 11 years, he has changed the paradigm of functioning in our country. Where earlier government was seen as a regulator, an impediment, a roadblock, he has transformed today government's role from being a regulator to being a facilitator. And that is what our responsibility is. Our responsibility is to free up that digital highway, to provide that opportunity for all of you to perform. When we talk about PPP, it's not only an acronym that must be translated on the ground. And therefore, my job as telecom minister or postal minister is to ensure that if there are any speed breakers on your path, it is my job to make sure that I remove them, to provide a pathway for innovation in our country to grow. India has come a long way in the last 11 years, ladies and gentlemen. And I say this very often. In the 1900s, when the world went through the Industrial Revolution, and you had the Vanderbilts and the JP Morgans building out the roadways across the world and the United States of America and the railroads across the world and the United States of America, which brought about the Industrial Revolution in the world. Today, the revolution is going to be the information revolution. And for that revolution, it is mandatory that we create that invisible information digital highway. The invisible highway that has the ability to visibly transform lives. And that highway over the last 11 years has been created. We today have the second largest mobile market in the world. 11 years ago, we had 250 million internet subscribers. We today have 974 million internet subscribers. 11 years ago, we had only 60 million broadband customers. We today have 940 million broadband customers. We're rolling out the largest optical fiber network in the world. No country, including Europe and the US of A, has ever thought of the capacity of the network that we are rolling out. $16.9 billion to connect every single village, backhaul and front end with an internet OFC network that will allow on fingertips 140 crore people to connect with the information revolution. India over the last 20-25 years has become a leader in software services. But as Patil Sahab said and as Professor Sahab said, it's about time we moved from services to products. Because if you look at the value chain, the maximum value in the chain lies on the product side. And we are now rapidly moving towards that. A country that imported 90% of its mobile phones today is exporting mobile phones to the whole world, including the United States of America, worth close to about 2.5 lakh crores per year. From networking equipment, which is the foundation of this digital highway. And therefore optical test beds, terahertz communication, quantum communication, underground, undersea acoustics, encrypted routers. All of these are today fundamental in not only laying out the pipe, but in today's technology environment also ensuring security of the pipe. Technology is always a double-edged sword. Where today you see the wonders of quantum communication. We saw that histogram that was produced within 1 minute, which would take 8 hours to do. Which resolves, even if I use the word complex, that's not justifiable enough. Complex to the power of infinity. Problems in seconds. And creates new opportunities for mankind. It also has the capability of decrypting encryption codes that were earlier assumed to be secure. पर जैसे हमारे प्रधानमंत्री कहते हैं कि चुनौती में भी हमें अवसर ढूंढना पड़ेगा, and that presents an opportunity to us as well. The capability that I have seen today in the 1 hour that Minister Patil and I walked around the institute, and one of the most wonderful things that I have seen, Professor Vidyashankar ji and all the faculty here, that you have been successfully able to do. Again, you're clapping without knowing what I'm going to say. Is the beautiful multiplexing that you have created between industry, between an educational institution, and between our students. I saw in a lot of these cubicles where we walked around, and the wonderful gentleman who was shepherding me, sometimes in the wrong direction, he brought me here before anything was started. In all the cubicles, I saw teachers and professors standing next to students. This is not a small thing. These are the things that I notice. And therefore, that creates a relationship, a partnership. And that capability probably have seen for the first time at VTU, so I'd like to congratulate you. And Professor Vidya Shankar, no doubt with his booming voice, as soon as he started his address, I felt as the headmaster was addressing me. Surely puts this wonderful orchestra together of different musical instruments and converts it into a harmonious melody. The fact that we have Televerge here, we have Qualcomm here, Tejas here, and India is on her path. We have many companies that were conceptualized a few years ago, but have already proven themselves on the world stage. Our other initiative, our PLI initiative, has been a resounding success, and it's meant for products. 4,000 crores worth of investment, 80,000 crores worth of sales, 15,000 crores of which are exports, 35,000 jobs created, companies like Cisco tying up with Flextronics, producing their routers, increasing their product profile, companies like Tejas tying up with CDOT, Indian system integrator TCS, and India producing her own 4G Atmanirbhar stack. The first time after decades where there has been a quadropoly of only 4 countries in the world with 5 companies: China, Finland, Denmark and Sweden and Korea. 4 countries in the world that have produced 4G technology. Today, India has become the 5th country in the world to produce her own indigenous Atmanirbhar 4G stack. And BSNL is rolling it out across 100,000 sites, 95,000 to be exact. Core has been manufactured by CDOT, the RAN has been manufactured by Tejas, SI is TCS, and we've already commissioned almost 77,000 sites. Once that is paired with the software, the core is stabilized, then we will move to switching that immediately to 5G. And we'll have our own 5G solution. We've also resolved, and I've said this many times, that we have been walking behind the world on 4G, we have walked with the world on 5G, but we will lead the world on 6G. In the latter half of the day, I'm spending 2 hours with our Bharat 6G Alliance, looking at the progress that they have made in the last year since I reviewed it. And it is our resolve to be able to contribute at least 10% of the global patents for 6G. And we're well on our way to do that. And therefore, I have very, very high expectations from this Telecom Center of Excellence. And I do believe that the 30 brilliant startups that I have seen here engaging in telecom security, healthcare, drone technology, quantum computing, represent tremendous possibilities in our technology space emanating from this institute. To my bright young students, I have only one piece of advice. Use this facility, stretch your imagination, break things, build better things. and in the process, not only build for business, but build for Bharat. Build technology that will make your brothers and sisters' lives better. I want to congratulate our institute, our management. Great possibilities from this institution. And I do think that it is time that India moves from imitation to a paradigm of innovation. And that is going to come from institutes such as this. On this day, I'd like to wish everyone all the best from the Government of India, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm very confident that this TCOE will transform itself into a lighthouse of learning, a temple of technology, and a crucible of coverage. With those words, Jai Anusandhan, Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ the Vishwesvaraya Technical University in collaboration with the Vishwesvaraya Research and Innovation Foundation and the Telecoms Center of Excellence is set to inaugurate a pioneering Center of Excellence to advance research, innovation and capacity building in next generation technologies. This national level initiative is designed to accelerate advanced research, next generation skilling and industry integrated innovation across emerging technologies. The center will focus on key domains including 5G, 6G communications, artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented and virtual reality, quantum computing, healthcare and other frontier technologies. Functioning as a national innovation nucleus, the center will leverage VTU's expansive academic network of 212 affiliated institutions, over 4 lakh students and more than 20,000 PhD qualified researchers. The Center of Excellence will house startup incubation units and domain-specific skill development centers, co-developed with industry stakeholders such as Televerge, Tejas Network and other industries. With active participation from 20 plus startups and 30 plus academic institutions and multiple technology partners, the VTU VRIF Telecom Center of Excellence is a hub and spoke of excellence is poised to play a catalytic role in accelerating India's digital transformation and innovation driven economy. The Center of Excellence operates on a hub and spoke model. With the hub located at VTU Bangalore Regional Center, it will anchor national level research and development programs, while the spokes, comprising over 30 affiliated institutions, will deliver domain-specific research, advanced infrastructure, and regional innovation hub. The model harnesses VTU's academic ecosystem of 228 affiliated colleges, 400,000 plus students, and 20,000 faculty researchers, offering unparalleled depth in both talent and reach. This academic strength, coupled with the Center of Excellence, India's strong industry interface will facilitate translation research, foster entrepreneurship, and enable large-scale skill development in emerging technology areas. Formalized through a memorandum of understanding between VTU and Telecom Center of Excellence, the center is envisioned as a high-impact nucleus for applied research and development, technology translation, and large-scale workforce development in key domains, including 5G and 6G communication systems and artificial intelligence. By seamlessly integrating academic research, industrial partnership, and entrepreneurial ventures, we are building a resilient, innovative architecture to tackle complex technological challenges in telecommunications, quantum system, artificial intelligence, agriculture and healthcare. The Center of Excellence is being co-developed in collaboration with prominent industry stakeholders who brings sectoral expertise, technical resources and real-world challenges into academic ecosystem. This include Televerge Communication, Tejas Networks and other industries as well. The initiative will also facilitate the creation of domain-specific skill development centers, technology incubators and industry design research programs to ensure direct pathways for ideation to commercialization. This initiative is spearheaded by the strategic vision of VTU, whose commitment to emerging technologies and cross-sector collaboration has positioned the university at the forefront of national deep tech capabilities. This initiative marks a definite moment for Karnataka and the nation. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
ಇದೊಂದು ಭಾಳ ವಿನೂತನವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ VTU ಆವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಭಾಳ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವದ ಒಂದು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೇ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಭಾಳ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಗರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಹೆಡ್ ಆಗೇ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಹಬ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಸುಮಾರು 200ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಬ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿಗೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನೂ ಇದರ ಲಾಭವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು.
VTU, VRF, TCOE ಹಬ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಧಿಯಾರವರು, ಜ್ಯೋತಿರಾದಿತ್ಯ ಸಿಂಧಿಯಾರವರು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇದು ನಮಗಾಗಲೇ MOU ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಸೆಂಟ್ರನ್ನ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ 218 ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಯಾರು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 18 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಂ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ನೀಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಎನಿ ಅಫಿಲಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಪೇಸನ್ನು ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ 18 ಮಂತ್ಸು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬೆಳೆದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರನ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಶೇರು 1 or 2% ಶೇರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಂಗದಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗು ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಪನ್ನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಆಸೆ ಪಟ್ಟರೆ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಪೋರ್ಟನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳೇನು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಟೆಲಿಕಾಮು, AI ಏನು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಂಥ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕೊರತೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಗಿಸಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಏನು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜೀಸ್ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತಾಗಲೇ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳು ಅಹೆಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಮೇರಿಕಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಚೈನಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ 9ನೇ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಲು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಗಳು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂತಹ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಆ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸೆಂಟ್ರು ಭಾಳ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೀವಿ. 4 ಇಯರ್ಸು ಮಕ್ಕಳು 4 ಇಯರ್ಸೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಆದಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ.